Hi everybody, welcome in. So let's get started. Hi Kaylee. No, you're just on time. I'm getting started. I'm getting some ricotta cheese. I'm not going to use this whole tub, that's a lot. But the other container seems really tiny at the store, so probably going to do about half of this container, which was probably about the small size of the small container, but my eyes weren't feeling it good because the only thing I know I'm late for is yeah, don't call me late for dinner, that's all I ask. I can't have the bubbles no more. So I put about half of that big container of ricotta in here. Some people like ricotta in their lasagna, some people don't. If you don't, then this one's not for you. Parsley, onion powder, garlic powder, Parmesan. And I got hot water outside here because I'm going to also make breadsticks. I'm going to sprinkle with my heart in here. Onion powder, parsley, probably quite a bit of parsley. I've done this with cilantro because I thought it was the parsley and it still turned out good. Like dehydrated cilantro. Garlic powder. And then I got 16 ounces of mozzarella shredded here. I don't think I'm going to use it all, but I got it. I'm not. I'm hiding. About 2 cups of mozzarella in there. I tend to get caught up in my thoughts and then I start getting depressed, and like yesterday I was supposed to go live and I couldn't do it because I got caught up in my thoughts. Thank you, Caden. Welcome in. We're making lasagna tonight, and I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese in there. I'm using Parmesan with Romano. The shake cheese. The dreaded shake cheese. 1 egg. Egg is the binder in here.
Oh, it's so quick.
I don't know why, but I would have to watch you do like a skincare routine and like chit chat, lots of laugh. Your skin is so clear. Oh, I don't do anything to my skin, Kaylee. To be honest with you, I don't even use soap on my face. I use a hot, warm washcloth to wash my face. I don't use soap on my face or anything either. I wore makeup up until I was like maybe in my 20s, and then I stopped. My grandma always told me that stuff will age you before you know it. And then I'm just going to mix this together real well. Yeah, I don't put anything on my face. No lotion, nothing. I just use a warm washcloth that's wet, and I clean my face really well with it. I still get acne. Like, I'll break out around the T-zone when it's that time of the month. And I still, like, I had the hysterectomy, but I still get those monthly symptoms, if that makes sense. Because I still have part of my stuff. Not all of it was removed. I still have like my ovaries. So if I decide later on, hey, you know, I want to have a baby again, I could. I just would have to find somebody to host it. Yeah, go ahead, Drake. Ask your question as long as it's nice and polite and nothing bad. The skills like that in the kitchen, are you trying to steal my heart or just my appetite? I steal everybody's appetite. I'm just showing people it's easy to cook and people should get back to doing it because you guys all spend your money on that fast food all the time. This lasagna here will feed me 3 days, me and my husband. And that's 3 meals. And you figure you go to some restaurant and get a lasagna, that'll cost you probably on DoorDash, probably about 30-40 bucks. And this I spent less than probably like 10 or 15. Oh, I'm so sorry, Toasty. You better do something about that. That's going to cause you some itch. I'm making lasagna, Drake. As you're coming in, please like, subscribe, all of the above. I'd appreciate it. And if you do subscribe, please check out my channel. I do have content, and if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment in some of my content, and I will reply back. Alright, so that's my cheese mixture all mixed up. I think I might add a little bit more parsley in it, though. Cooking is hard for a lot of people, but like I work all day long and I come home and I still do it. This meal will probably take me, after I get it assembled, about an hour to cook, and we'll be eating in an hour here. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I try to, at least. Alright, now I'm going to cook my ground beef. I'm going to bring you guys over here so we're going to get a little dizzy. Now, everybody does their meat different. If it's not how you like how I do it, you can do it the way you like to cook your meat. I season my meat the way I want to season my meat. If you want it differently, you can season it the way you want. This is just how I do it. I am going to turn my burner on. There's 1 pound of ground chuck is what I use. Yeah, it's a gas stove. I don't like electric. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. If I had to use it, I would. I prefer gas. If you have electric, I think if I had electric and I had to use it, I have to adjust. I might do a little damage to my food because I am used to this. So I'm going to let that heat up a little bit before I do anything to it with my chopper there. And then I'm going to sprinkle some dehydrated or minced onion on my hamburger. My nose is a little runny today from being outside. And I'm going to sprinkle with some Italian seasoning. That is backward. That is Italian seasoning. I don't know how to flip the screen. And season with your heart. Don't over season because then it won't taste good. Now some people will put fresh onion, but I'm using this because it's faster. So we're going to cook that down. We're going to brown that. And then I'm going to show you my hack to getting the grease out of my hamburger meat. So we're getting stuff together so we can assemble our lasagna. And then once that comes together, I think my water should be to temp to start my dough for my Olive Garden breadsticks. Yeah, me neither. Well, no, I can't say that. My mom had one that had the coil, the old stoves that had the coil eye on it that was electric. Us kids, when we were 15, used it as our emergency lighter when we smoked. And I don't smoke cigarettes no more, but when we did, that's what we did. I just think with a gas stove, it's more efficient. It heats your pans up quicker. When we go looking for a house, we're really gonna go into looking for like a gas appliance house. Huh? I don't know where the remote is, boy. I use my phone. The app on. You ever come to Dubois? No, I've never been to Dubois. It's 3 a.m. there. Oh my goodness. It is almost 5 p.m. here. I used to love doing the marshmallows there. Oh yes. My phone's dead. No. His mom is the only charger. And the reason why I'm using this little chopper, it will break up the hamburger meat into finer pieces. You don't want like big meatball sized pieces of meat in your lasagna. Unless you like it that way, do it that way. But the way I like it is where it's kind of chopped and not as chunky, big pieces. And the reason I put them onions in with the hamburger meat, they'll cook down and they will rehydrate. Once I get the grease out of the hamburger after it cooks, I will add my sauce in there for assembly. I was 12 after Mom passed away. I was one who cooked food for my family. I love cooking. It's good and busy your mind. Yes, it is. And to me, it's like science. And it really doesn't matter what you do to it. It matters if you like it. Although, to me, it's like an art. I assemble and I like to show it off. Look what I can do. Like that guy with the bob hair. Look what I can do. The SNL character. What's his name, Steven? What? Who's that character that says, look what I can do? What's his name? I don't know. Hi, Lisa. We are browning our hamburger for our lasagna. I couldn't do it yesterday. I wasn't myself yesterday. I'm a little better than yesterday, but I'm still kind of... I think this weather is playing tricks on everybody, and I'm not having a good time with it. Next week, we're going to be high 40s. How is that? And then I look on the weather today. It said we were 27. Real feel 32. How is that? How does that happen? I don't know how that happens. The real feel is never higher unless it's summertime. No, not even. I'm very confused today. Unless my app was broke. But we got like, I think got close to 30 degrees here today. All that snow on the ground's starting to go. You want to cook your hamburger till you see no pink. Unless you like it that way. It will cook the rest of the way in the oven, but I cook it until it doesn't move anymore. It was 31 today. In March, Dubai, it starts going up. And June 47, 48, 50, maximum 52. If that, are you talking Celsius or Fahrenheit, Drake? Because we go by Fahrenheit here. So it was 27 degrees Fahrenheit here today. In the summer, we get up to like Celsius. Okay, that makes a big difference compared to what Fahrenheit is. We here in the States, we go by Fahrenheit. I'm not positive on the Celsius part of it unless I Google it. But this is our winter months. And it's warmer than normal for winter right now. I shouldn't complain because we had some nasty bitter cold. Now, if it has a little pink in it, just FYI, this is going in the oven for an hour. It will cook completely through. 88 by you, Kaylee? Holy cow. I'm going to get my paper towel ready because she's about there. Sorry if I gave you a whole shot of my nostril. Not intended. So I got paper towel. I use this to get the grease out of my pan. Because otherwise, I don't know about you, I don't want to use my strainer to drain grease down my drain. And I'm not trying to clog up these drains. Although I did get told by a plumber that came here a long time ago, if you put some Dawn dish soap down the drain and then run hot water into it, it'll break that grease up down in the drain. I don't even put bacon grease or anything down my drain. I save my bacon grease though. I use bacon grease to season green beans and stuff. We're almost there. The paper thing you're doing is smart though. Yeah, it does. It sucks up a lot of... I learned that on... Where did I learn it? Either TikTok or something like that nature. Now, I'm not heating my sauce up. I'm just going to turn the burner off. Oh, I'm not going to use that one. We're going to just get another jar. Okay. I use about 2 jars of sauce in my stuff. Now, I use any spaghetti sauce. You can use any spaghetti sauce. You don't have to use what I use. I like mushrooms and I like green peppers, so I got a mushroom green pepper sauce. You can use whatever spaghetti sauce you want. Dump that in there. Make sure you get a little water in your jar, probably about a 1/4 cup, if not a little less. Put the cap back on, make sure it's on. Shake that jar because you paid for that stuff. There you go. Get every bit of that goodness out of that jar. And then I just mix that up for a while. It's my meat sauce. Alright, I think we're to the point where we can assemble. Now I will do that right here. I got my glass jar here. Well, I got a 9x13 glass dish. I use oven ready noodles, so I don't have to pre-boil my noodles before I start my lasagna. Are you like a Prego stan? I like Prego. If you don't like Prego, you can use whatever kind you want. I used to use Hunt's when I was down south, because Hunt's was cheap. I think it was like 99 cents a can. I have another jar of sauce. I'm going to put a layer of sauce on the bottom. I'm telling you, I use a lot of sauce. This is to make sure your noodles and stuff don't stick to the bottom of your pan. So I just do a layer in the bottom. Then you're going to put noodles. And I'll show you that step when I get there too. I also do this in the crock pot too in the summer when I want lasagna, because I don't want to heat up my house. So I just put a layer of noodles at the bottom. If you got to break them to fit, break them to fit. Another few scoops of meat sauce. About 3 scoops of meat sauce. I don't make a very thick lasagna anymore. I used to. Kind of cut that back a little bit. My lasagna would weigh like 100 pounds by the time I was done assembling it. So I got my meat sauce in the pan. Then I'm going to take a little bit of ricotta cheese and just kind of dollop it around in there. And I'll spread it out a little bit too. If you don't like ricotta, you can use cottage cheese. You can put the same things in your cottage cheese. I just kind of like spread it out so it's not so big clumps all over the place. I'll show you here in a second. Ain't nothing like biting into a big glob of ricotta. Alright, there's that. And then I got mozzarella cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on in between, a very thin layer of it though. And then we start the process over again. We're going to put noodles. But this time, when I put them in, I start on the other side of the pan. The side that is not broken. This way it stays together. Kind of like that. And then meat sauce. I might put a little sauce on this layer here though. My husband doesn't like a dry lasagna, that's for sure. I'm going to take my jar of sauce. I'm going to put a little extra sauce in between too. Spread that out a little bit. Try to make your layers as even as possible. Then I'm going to go in with more ricotta. Little clumps here and there. And break it up. Yeah, I think I like the little containers of ricotta better than these big ones that I dump out how much I think I need. They're more consistent. I kind of smeared it and made a hot mess, but I don't care. More cheese. And then repeat the noodle process. Boop. But you're going to go the unbroken ones on the opposite side again. There we go. Good. Meat sauce. We're just going to put the rest of that, because this might be our final round. I do have my oven preheated to 350 right now. I used to bring these layers all the way up the top, to the top of the pan. Thank you so much. My husband says the same thing. And if I could teach somebody what I do, they make everybody happy. They make themselves happy, not eating all that junk and processed stuff from the restaurants. Alright. Let's see here. Last layer of ricotta. I might do... Yeah, we're going to do another little bit of sauce, so I might open up another jar, guys. Because I got to put another set of noodles on top. Make your lasagna the way you like it. But it's not hard. Alright, now I'm going to do one more round of noodles. The opposite side. And then, let's see how we are on sauce. We are going to get another jar. I will be right back. I love sauce. I know I bought 3. I might have to go get the other one. I had to go in my pantry. I want enough sauce to cover the noodles on the top. Otherwise the noodles won't cook. Alright. Now, I'm going to take the last of my cheese. I'm going to put it on the top and then I'll show you what she looks like. You can use, basically what a lasagna is like any Italian dish. It's just different noodles, different types of noodles. Like spaghetti is like spaghetti noodles. You can do fettuccine noodles. You can do whatever noodles you want to use. A lasagna is basically spaghetti in a casserole form. And then I'm sprinkling a little Parmesan and Romano on top. I just store brand. And that's what she looks like, and that's what she looks like from the side so far. She is saucy. My husband doesn't like a dry lasagna. Now, I am going to cover the top with foil when it goes into the oven. It also helps with steaming to get the noodles to cook down. But before I put it in on top, I spray my foil so the cheese don't stick. Otherwise your mozzarella and stuff will stick on that foil, so I sprayed it with a cooking spray. Or you can lightly oil it. And it's just covered with foil, and I'm going to put it in my oven. Back up. Back up, Prinny. Prinny, back up. I have dogs down here at my feet, guys. And I'm going to put that in the oven for 1 hour. So I'm going to set a timer for 1 hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So she's in there for 1 hour. While she's doing that, I'm going to prep up my breadsticks. I used all my noodles. Wow. I did it. That's the first time I've ever used all of them. You can use cooking oil on the foil. Alright. I'm going to store my cheese since I opened it and my sauce in the refrigerator. I saved that extra sauce because when we reheat the lasagna, sometimes it gets a little dry. And having that extra sauce will help when reheating your lasagna. So now I'm going to do some dishes before I start doing my bread because I got an abundance of them. I don't have a dishwasher. I have to wash everything by hand. I really hate doing dishes, but if I got to, I got to. I usually try to wait until after I'm off live to wash dishes, but I got a little time to spare. What I could do is bloom my yeast for my breadsticks while I'm on the thing with you guys, though, first. So, sorry about my stand. I don't have a very good one, but it is what it is. It's what I can afford. Need sugar for blooming. I might have to open bread flour. So I have 1 1/3 cups of water here. I'm gonna do. Let's see, measuring. Can't remember. I think it's 2 tablespoons. No. 1 tablespoon of sugar. And it's 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't know. You can't really screw it up. All bread's like similar. So 1 tablespoon of sugar in there. 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, and that's equivalent to 1 packet of yeast. You guys say hi to my husband there in the background. I'm going to put 2¼ teaspoon of yeast. That's a half. That's a quarter. And then I'm just going to kind of gently mix that up, because we want that yeast to bloom. And that sugar, the yeast feeds on the sugar, which helps with it to bloom fast. I'll get my bread flour out here. And I store my bulk yeast in my refrigerator. No, I just wait for that to get frothy and then I can start doing that. But I'm going to wash dishes in between. Good night, ma'am. See you again. Thanks for teaching. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Everybody who's in here, if you haven't liked, please like, subscribe, all the above. If you can, check out my content. Like and love on there. Make a comment, and I'll say hi back. We are washing up dishes as we go. Less mess, the better. This is the fun part of cooking. I think this is why a lot of people like to avoid cooking, is the cleanup. I don't mind it. And to be honest, like I said, the lasagna will last a few days for us as a meal. So it's not like I have to make a lot of dishes. We can eat leftovers and eat on it for a couple days. And lasagna is always a good reheat. I do shred my own cheese, by the way. I'm cleaning my cheese grater right now. Not happy with this grater. I don't promote this grater. I want to get a different one. I stand by Geedle. Geedle's my favorite. Hi Charles, how are you? I got my lasagna in the oven already. We're going to be making the breadsticks here in a minute. I'm going to make some sourdough cinnamon roll dough tonight. And I think I'm going to go live making the cinnamon rolls tomorrow. We got to play it by ear on my live, so I'll just put up a notification a few hours ahead of time. The weekdays are real hard for me. I still cook. I get a little ornery, and I don't want to be online being ornery. I get caught up in my thoughts all day door dashing. That lasagna is going to be good, though. I had to restock my coffee pod. So I'm just kind of looming my yeast for my breadsticks right now and doing dishes while I'm waiting. Kind of got quite a few. I don't want to be trumped out by dishes tonight. It'll be an easy cleanup though when I'm done because all these dishes will be gone. I know what you're saying. Well, like I noticed there was some hesitation in the app today. I don't know if they were having problems with it, but like when you decline, your AR should go down. And like I declined like 3 in a row because they were terrible, but my AR never budged. So it wasn't making sense to me. So it's Tuesday. I was like, we're gonna stop. I said, that's my sign. There's something wrong. I don't want to be a part of it because all of a sudden it'll get really bad. But I did pretty good. I think I made almost $70 today. And I paused the app a lot and ran errands in between. I'm just getting tired of seeing how people can get away with doing stupid stuff and not thinking that they can tip us. I really get mad with Uber because I've gotten tip baited twice on it here. I'm starting to think it's a bad app. But don't get me wrong, there's days that have good days on Uber, but I think it's majority bad. Hi Jeffy, how are you? From Scotland. I want me and my husband to go to Scotland. We were talking about that once in a live. I would love to see nice green rolling hills. Dishes are almost done, dude. Dishes are done, dude. One more thing. One thing that's bad about doing dishes in the winter, your dry hands. I thought Scotland is a separate country. It's cold there. I heard the best time to go is between May and June to Scotland. So that'll be a trip that I have to plan out. Alright. I'm going to go off the camera for a second. Enjoy my lovely puppy laying on the floor.
It was this. Oh, I get it now.
Alright, I'm going to bring you around. My yeast is bloomed. We're going to get some bread going. Alright. I use a stand mixer for mine. It makes things a whole heck of a lot better. I bloomed my yeast. As you can tell, there's a line up towards the top where it's frothy. That's all my yeast that bloomed. So she's a good yeast. I'm gonna bring my mixer here in front of you guys. I don't have a lot of space, but I do what I can with my space. Single mom. Hi, Ava. Hi, everybody. As you're coming in, if you don't mind, please like the live, and if you don't mind subscribing and checking out my content, and if you wouldn't mind making a comment somewhere in my content, and I will comment back when I see it. Okay. So I need olive oil. I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Well, no, tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I think I'm doing it wrong, but it's okay. It will work itself out in the end. It's bread. And your family will love you for making it. So if you make a happy accident, work with it. Trying to remember my recipe from my head. I gotta write my recipes down. Alright. So now I need 3 cups of bread flour, which I'm gonna have to fill my flour container on live. Cause it's low. Hi Sammy, I am making homemade lasagna. Right now I'm working on homemade breadsticks for my lasagna. I make my own bread. I don't buy a lot of bread. The bread you see in the background is bread I don't know how to make. Once I figure that out, you won't see that in my background anymore. So I'm filling up my flour bin. This is bread flour. I have bread flour, I have all-purpose flour. I need 3 cups of flour. I'm just hoping that don't fall the way I got it. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to go live doing my sourdough cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna make the dough tonight. And I'll go live putting them together and we'll sit together and chat while they rise. 1, 2. And then I'm going to leave my flour set aside too, just in case I have to add more, because you may have to adjust your flour due to humidity and all that stuff. So I am going to enter my yeast mixture into my flour. And about a teaspoon of salt is going to be entered into the bowl. I measure with my hand, about a teaspoon. And I'm going to turn it on a low speed so flour doesn't shoot up everywhere. If it does, you just clean it. And I'm going to do this so it comes together into a ball. Might take a few minutes to do so, but it will. She's starting to come together. Is there any mock miser around? I don't know what that is. I'm in the States. I don't know. Is that a restaurant? Is that something? Or is that just being funny? Have you ever thought of becoming a mock miser? I'm only trying to help. No, I don't know. My lives are gonna be me and 100% me. I'm not gonna sit here and make funny faces or anything like that to get attention on here. That's not me. I cook and I show people how I cook. Alright, so she has come together into a ball. You're going to see that when she comes up on my thing. She's a little too sticky, so I'm going to add a little bit of flour to it. Let's see, paper towel, get the sticky off my fingers. Before I start entering a little bit more flour.
Are you ready? Watch out, is this magician everyone on American Gods?
So you don't want to add a lot at a time. I'm going to add maybe like 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour. I want it to, it will be sticky, but it shouldn't like be too sticky to where it's heavily sticking to your hands. And if it is, I'm just going to end up kneading it by hand for a little bit if I can't get it to the right consistency. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, it should be sticky, but not to where it comes up on your hand. I'm gonna put my mixer off to the side here. I'm gonna get this out of the way too. Olive oil. Did I put that somewhere? Yep, back in the cabinet. I'm good for that. So I talk to myself a lot. I don't know. I'm sure everybody does. I'm gonna take my dough, put it in my hand here. I'm going to put about a teaspoon, tablespoon of oil. I'll clean my bottle. Heck with it. In the bottom, I'm going to kind of make it ball shape. Now I'm going to roll it around in the oil. Coat it really well. Coat the bowl. This way it doesn't stick in the bowl as it's rising. Go wash my hands off. Perfect timing. These dough balls gotta sit for a little bit. I'm gonna cover my bowl. You can use a kitchen towel. You can use a kitchen towel to cover your bowl, but I'm gonna use a disposable shower cap. If I can get it to stop sticking to my wet hands a little bit. I dried them, but not enough apparently. I'm gonna take this and put it on top of my stove because my stove is generating enough heat. That will sit there until my lasagna comes out, and then I'm gonna shape my breadsticks and bake them. And when your lasagna comes out, you want to let it rest for a little bit so it can set. That way when you cut into it, it'll come out in whole squares and not just a slop. And then I'm going to clean up my mess. Have you ever thought of becoming... No, we're never doing that. And then I clean up my mess as I go.
Why would any girl text me?
And then we gotta make the butter mixture too for the breadsticks, but that can wait till when we form it. Let's get my well-seasoned cookie sheet parchment paper lined. So I line a cookie sheet with parchment paper for when I bake these breadsticks. Because you'll be putting... Crumple your paper, it will fit and stay in the bottom of the pan better. It'll prevent that buttery mess on the pan. It'll be easy to clean up. You are very efficient. I would have a big mess. I do get big messes. The day I made spaghetti, I was just throwing the stuff in my sink and I wasn't cleaning as I went. Took me a little while to get them dishes done. But I try to clean in between so it's less of a mess when we're done eating. Plus, I have OCD really bad because of my mom. My mom wasn't a very good housekeeper, and us kids didn't help her very much. So I can't live that way like when I was a kid. And my OCD won't let me do it either. And if I ask my husband to do it, I'll be redoing it right behind him. So it makes no sense for me to ask for help from them. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my water. Now, 2 years ago, I was bad. I was going out to eat all the time. I was 260 pounds. And I couldn't stand as long as I do now. So, like, I would cook and I'd stand for 5 minutes. I'd have to sit. I'd stand and I'd sit. It just made me want to go out to eat more. DoorDash gave me back my life in some way. It's been my exercise, my gym. And I start therapy tomorrow, which they're going to help strengthen all my muscles that I have lost muscle loss in because of being heavy. So hopefully eventually I can start lifting with my arms better and things like that. Because sometimes I can't lift, when I get enough weight in my arms, I can't lift them up like I should. I get worried when I get cater orders that are real heavy. But my husband's not supposed to help with it, but when it comes to things that get real heavy, he'll help me. But I've come a long way in 2 years. And it all starts with trying to cut out the processed food. They put stuff in food that change you and change your body chemistry and do all kinds of things to you. It's not good. Like, I'm making better choices. I still use boxed things, but I'm making better choices of boxed things to use.
You know what? Screw it. We are resetting the cast.
And when I get the house, you guys are going to see a lot of canning. I do a lot of canning. And I will start canning my own sauces, my own vegetables, and stuff like that. It is. Especially the ones where they live in apartments and you got to go up to the second floor and it's all the way down the hall. And you're hauling butt just to drop it off so you get your on-time rating. So I'm like running up the stairs, running down the hallway with their food. And then I hate the apartments because I feel enclosed and I feel like somebody could come up behind me and jump me. So I run quickly out. I don't like my town where I'm dashing because it can be unsafe. So. But now we're waiting for our bread here to rise. It should rise enough in time for when the lasagna comes out the oven. And then when that comes out the oven, I'll shape the breadsticks, put them on the tray, and my lasagna will sit there and rest for a little while. Well, I gotta take the foil off and let it kind of do its thing for a little bit before I pull it out. Yeah. I'm talking a lot. My voice is going funny. But yesterday was a bad day for me. Today is a better day. My mental status sometimes I don't understand because I'm a nice person and I'm a kind person. When people are mean and harsh and you're doing your best ability to give them a good service and they still treat you like dog crap, I don't get it, and it upsets me sometimes and I cry. And I didn't want to be on live yesterday because my emotions got the best of me yesterday. My husband didn't know how to handle it when I cried either. He was just like, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'll be okay. You just have to give me time.
Are you hanging on there? What?
Yep. Any exercise is good for you, especially the key rule is move it or lose it. If you don't move it, you're going to lose that ability.
You're doing that for $1 million?
I worked in a nursing home. I used to tell them that all the time. Keep it moving or you'll lose it. And if they're sitting in wheelchairs, I would tell them at least move your legs every so often. Otherwise, they will lock up and you won't have them at all.
Y'all are risking it for that. Come on.
You gotta move it or you lose it.
That's not doable at all. I don't know how you're understanding.
Because what happens, I think, that the joints and stuff start fusing as you get older. They build up calcium to where it makes them harder to move. If you don't keep moving them and break up that calcium buildup, you're gonna lose the ability to move it. And I got arthritis in my back, and some days are good, some days are bad with that. But I try to keep moving. Lincoln, why are you scratching at my refrigerator door? You ain't getting nothing out of there. He's over here. His toy is on the tile, and he's scratching my refrigerator door like he's trying to get the toy out from underneath the refrigerator.
Anyone else want to say something? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They have no idea what they're doing when they come up to the mic like this.
And the other reason I use parchment paper on my cookie sheets, the breadsticks won't stick to the parchment paper, easy to peel off when they come out the oven. If you're going to use your cookie sheet, I would recommend spraying with a light coating of cooking spray or oil or something. We got 25 minutes yet in this oven on this lasagna, so I'm actually going to pull a chair around. So give me 1 second. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring you around the other way, and I'm going to sit on my chair that way. And I'm going to move my extra baking sheets. Because I use my oven as storage too, so I put my extra baking sheets on this chair. And I got an extension cord over here I gotta watch too. I run an extension cord from the wall over there into my living room to use my fireplace. Fuses blow here if you overuse them. So 24 minutes left on the lasagna in the oven. About 5 minutes before it's done, I'm going to pull the foil off. Now, I did grease the top of my foil so it doesn't stick to the cheese when I take it off. And then I will pull the lasagna out the oven, and it will sit on top of the oven while I make the breadsticks and put them in and get them cooked up. And my husband's been begging. He loves lasagna. He's a big lasagna fanatic. And I can store that in my fridge in my glass casserole pan because I got a lid to go over the top of it. So my casserole pan will go right in the fridge, and he'll eat on that for the next couple days. Lunch, dinners. Hi, Tag. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for visiting me in my kitchen. We're making lasagna. The lasagna's in the oven, and in about 20 minutes or so, we're going to form breadsticks and get that going and make a garlic buttery topping to go on the breadsticks when they come out. You're from Germany. My sister was born in Germany. She was born in Frankfurt. Oh gosh, military base, Frankfurt, I think. I think that's how you say it. I have to ask. It's been a while, but I know it's a military base in Germany. My sister was born. Am I last time I looked, I was at 409 subscribers, Charles. You live next to Frankfurt? Yes, that's where my sister was born. Frankfurt, and she was born on the military base there. I was approximately 4 or 5 years old when we were there. I don't remember it, but my mom said at 4 or 5 I was ordering off the menu in German. I don't remember much of it. I know some words today, but not all of them. You will be there before you know it. Yeah, I just gotta keep going live and keep being consistent. I had to take a break. I had to focus on our goal for a while, and I'm back at it. It's easier for me to cook for you guys than it is to go out and DoorDash and stuff. I have to be focused. The roads are getting bad here. People don't drive like they should. Yeah, very impressive, my mom said, for a 4 or 5-year-old. My mom's like, she knew what she wanted. So me and my sister don't remember Germany too well, but we have the memories that our parents told us about it. Cause I think we moved back here. I was just going into kindergarten. My sister was about to turn 2 or 3. Yes, people do. And I keep it simple, and I keep it. I don't tell people you have to do this, because you can switch things up. It doesn't have to be the same way somebody else cooks it, because you may not like that. A lot of ingredients, like my sauce, I use Prego and I use the green pepper mushroom. Not a lot of people like those ingredients, green peppers and mushrooms. Use the sauce you like. What do you think about Epstein? Um, to be honest, I don't follow any of that, and I choose not to, because it's not my business. And that stuff that's going on in the media and stuff, I choose not to entertain my mind with it. And everybody has opinions on that subject, and I don't want to fight about everybody's opinion. So let's not talk too much about that. Let's keep this channel simple. Hi, 12126. As you're coming in, please, people, make sure you're tapping that screen twice to like it, or however you have to give the thumbs up. Please subscribe, and if you could, go to my channel, check out my content. You may like it, you may not. If you like my content, leave a comment, and I'll comment back to you.
What's the catch? Do I have to blow you or something? No. Well, when we get out of here, can I anyway? You're a snack, and I haven't had a good date.
Hi from Germany, Ian. Germany, Ian, okay. I'm in the States. My sister was born in Germany. She was born in Frankfurt. But I don't remember it. I was a kid. I was little. If I want to learn how to cook something, I watch cooks on YouTube. Me too. If there's something I don't know or I need knowledge on, I Google or I YouTube it. I don't post my recipes because they're not all my recipes. They're recipes I've seen and I tweaked. Now bread, I'm getting good at making bread, that I just remember stuff from certain things, and sometimes you can put a little more oil, sometimes you put a little bit more sugar. It still turns out it's bread. I am Turkish from Germany. The Turkish people from Germany are very dangerous. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wish they weren't. Long live. All right, one more time. We're not gonna do anything political if that's political. Otherwise, I have a finger and I can remove it. And I choose not to remove people. I try to keep them in here the best I can.
Hey kid, that's the ladies.
17 minutes. So in 12 minutes, I'm going to pull the foil on the lasagna, and we'll take a little sneak peek at what it looks like before I let it cook with the foil off for a while.
It says, my name is Ansel Berrios. Please call my sister. Tell her mom to come down.
Okay, well, I don't know any of that stuff, and I just don't want to cause fights or arguments in my chat. Let's keep it simple. Let's talk nice things. If you want to know anything about cooking, I can answer that.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll be right there.
I am going to make the cinnamon roll dough tonight. And tomorrow I'm going to go live making the cinnamon rolls. I don't want to do the dough. It'll just be a long process tonight. And I really don't want to do that on live right now. I'll do that another time.
Yeah, I heard what happened.
Because you just got to make that dough and then it goes in the fridge overnight. But it's got to sit for a certain time on your countertop before you refrigerate it. Hi, Corey. Welcome in. It's going good. I'm making lasagna. It's got another couple minutes here and I'm going to pull the foil off. And we're going to take a little sneak peek before and then let it cook a little bit longer with the foil off. And then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to start making the breadsticks. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Then you should not be here. We will do this for right now. That's the last warning before I boot you from the channel. Some people just don't get the hint. If you don't like cooking, then why are you here? You know? I do a lot. My husband will request a lot of things. This week I'm gonna do crock pot meals. I got chili and what's the other one I want to do? I'm gonna do a chuck roast. But when I do that, it's gonna be early in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a video of me putting this stuff in the slow cooker. And then at night, I will do my live, and I'll show you guys how it turned out and how it is. I think it'll be a lot easier with crock pot meal to do that. And I need to put a little bit more content on my channel with videos. So that'll work out. Just not the best at editing them. So we'll do the best I can. I don't have like editing software. I use what I can on like what is it? What's that? That TikTok one, CapCut. I use CapCut a lot. Yeah, and crockpot meals are simple, especially on days that you're working. And you could just throw everything in the morning when you're having your coffee and then come home and the meal's ready for you. And I'm craving a good pot roast, a good chuck roast. And I got potatoes, carrots, onions. I do have mushrooms that I gotta use, so I'm gonna slice up mushrooms in mine. Not a lot of people like that, but I put what I like in it. You can do cabbage if you want in it. My mom used to call it boiled dinner. That's what my mom used to call it. Oh, my husband's requesting another Italian dish that I do. It's called stuffed mushrooms. I was doing keto for a while and I learned how to make these stuffed mushrooms that were high protein, high fat, I think it was what keto was. And that was one of the dishes my husband really liked that was keto friendly. Yeah, it is, but I don't pay for it. I have the free version of it. So I don't get as much editing tools. I don't want to pay for it until I get monetized on here because I don't feel it's necessary for me to have high quality stuff. And like my images for my that I've been doing on Copilot and Gemini. I was able to get a good AI picture of me in my video or my thumbnails. Yeah, it's free, but there you can upgrade it too. And I did have it upgraded for a little while, but then I thought, oh, I'm wasting money, and I gotta find ways to save money for this house. So I was like, oh, that's one thing I gotta cut. Like I also was members to a lot of people's channels for a while, and I had to cut those back, and I felt bad, but that money had to go towards our stuff for our house. Yeah, I've been doing. I took a picture of myself, and I went under Gemini and I said, "Hey, can you make me a YouTube thumbnail for me cooking this?" And it popped them up, and I was like, "Well, at first I was able to snapshot my kitchen, and he was able to put it back in the background." But then my kitchen came out kind of crooked, and I didn't like it, and I got clutter on it, and I didn't want the clutter in there. I had him remove the clutter, but I still didn't like how that looked. So that he put I did it again, and he put like some farmhouse kitchen in the background, and I said, "Can you kind of blur it?" I had him do that, and then I had him change my shirt out in the picture a couple times.
That's because he's at the snake exhibit. Oh, yeah. This was my grandmother's first funeral. First? Was that? Yeah, because
I like that. That Gemini is a pretty good, cool thing, and not CapCut, Copilot. That's another good one. All right, I'm gonna turn you around here. We're gonna take foil off, and I don't recommend anybody trying what I'm gonna do because I remove the foil with my bare hands. I gotta clean the bottom of my oven too. My husband and his pizza making. Be careful, steam. You know what? I'm not being risque because she's a hot one. We did it. But there she is in all her glory. She's probably hidden behind the chat. Alright, so now I pulled that off and I'm going to shake my breadsticks. Because then... Come on, stand. I gotta get this stand fixed. I don't really like it. My son was playing with it and it doesn't want to go down all the way. Alright. So, just in that time, my dough ball has rose. She is double. It's not perfect stuff, but I noticed your thumbnails. Do you know the legend of... No, I don't. I do not know that. I know the Legend of Zelda. That I know. It should kind of come out the bowl pretty easy. Hi, Sonny. Welcome in. I'm making breadsticks right now. You could weigh your dough ball, but they're breadsticks. We're going to eat them. Hi, Debbie. Welcome in. Kind of make them into a snake-like creature. And I actually refrigerate these when we're done. When I put everything away, I'll refrigerate them. My husband, they reheat pretty good too. are some pretty huge breadsticks. I might be able to cut them in half. That's what we'll do. Maximums. These will kind of rest a little bit anyway while I'm waiting for everything to come out the oven. They're just breadsticks, remember that. They don't have to be perfect. It's 3, 5, 3, 5, 11, 12. That's about 12 breadsticks, so we're good. Just gotta find room for them. Here's about what they look like. Good enough for me. Remember, they're going in your belly. I'm gonna wash my hands and my surface. Still had olive oil on it, so that stuff's good for your hands though. I'm soaking my bowl. Nowadays, a volcano threatens to destroy the Mexico City. Now that it is active. I'm in Wisconsin. We don't have volcanoes here. We have snow, harsh winters, but we choose where we live. So if it's a lifestyle that you grow to be accompanied to, there's dangers wherever you go, wherever you live. I could live in a good neighborhood and get shot tomorrow. Cleaning my work surface off because I was rolling dough on it and stuff. I just go over my surface with the Lysol wipe to clean it. You have Yellowstone volcano. Yeah, I think Yellowstone does not have volcano. I think they're water. Isn't it water, Charles? Interesting. That's an interesting story, Am. I know. I think Yellowstone. I don't think they have it, but maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know geography stuff so much. Wasn't my favorite thing in school. Thermal water. Yeah, they have hot springs, I do believe. Love story. Yeah. If you could double tap the screen as you're coming in, subscribe, go check out my content. If you haven't checked out my content, you may like it, you may not. If you do, leave a comment and I'll come back and say hey. Mine, either not my favorite thing. Yeah. When I was in school, my favorite classes were math and obviously cooking class. Hot springs in Arkansas. You know, I'd be afraid to actually go in them. Because, like, I think I watched too many horror movies where people got boiled in those hot springs. I gotta get butter out. I gotta make the topping for these breadsticks. Don't mind my dog if they're laying there in the hallway. The topping for these breadsticks is really simple. It's about 4 tablespoons of butter melted with garlic and onion powder or garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and you can put a little Parmesan cheese in it too. So I gotta get that in my microwave. Let me move my paper towel stand so I can get in there properly. And I use the fine china to do this in. Easy cleanup. That's what I'm about. He activated very well the dictator paper. Okay. I think I was into that stuff too when we were learning about the Nazis and all that stuff in school. But I really didn't follow too much of it. Oh shoot, I gotta season this. Ahead of myself. That's paprika. I thought that was my garlic. I hope I didn't. Oh, garlic powder. Here we go. That's onion powder. That's parsley. I thought I took out my Italian seasoning. Alright, give me a second here. I thought I had my Italian seasoning out. And parsley out. I hope I just didn't season my hamburger meat with that. No. I'm having moments, dude. Tell you, my day is almost done. So, Italian seasoning, I had it out already. Season it to the way your heart desires. It's the top of your breadsticks. Garlic powder. I don't put salt because my butter's salted. And when it comes out the microwave, I'll add a little Parmesan cheese to it. I have to put all this stuff up. Oh, my princess. I think she's waiting for scraps, to be honest with you. So now, my oven went off. So I'm going to turn... Well, no, the timer don't need to be turned off. I'm going to pull this lasagna. And then I got to preheat my oven to 400. Oh. Before I put the breadsticks in there. I preheat my oven to 400. Oh, she got under my foot. She's good for that. That's my princess. Who you see there, that's Noah. That's my Bengal cat. Don't mind my laundry hamper in my living room. I got full laundry tonight. I do that while I'm scrolling through people's lives. Yeah, I fold laundry while I'm watching you guys. I do, I put a load in the washer before work. Then I come home, put it in the dryer. Then we bring it up, and then I fold it while watching you guys live. That's how I do my laundry. That's why you guys always ask me, and I'm like, I'm doing laundry. And that's a never-ending process, too. I think every 2 days I'm getting a hamper full. So that's kind of the butter mixture after it's come out the microwave. And I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan to it too. You can spread that on and then sprinkle the Parmesan on the breadsticks, or you can put in your butter, and I'll put it in the butter. But I gotta wait for the oven to get to a certain thing. I bring you guys over here to see the... There's the lasagna. Don't mind my canning pot. I use that to put moisture in the air. I'll fill it with water and I'll put it on to boil to get moisture in my air because it's so dry. Alright, so she's at 400. I'm going to put my breadsticks in the oven. And I'm going to bake them until they get golden brown. I kind of watch them. About 8 to 12 minutes. Kind of watch it. Took me longer to cook supper tonight. I think it's because I'm showing every step. Usually I can go through it and get supper done. But an hour and 38 minutes is still not bad. Making everything from scratch. Breadsticks and everything. And I know MD's live right now too. I gotta go in and say hey to him. He hasn't been on in a while because he moved Saturday. I want to see how his move went. I have seasonal oven mitts. I got holiday oven mitts. I want to get Valentine's ones. I go to the dollar store. What is it? The Dollar Tree. And they have seasonal oven mitts and seasonal like towels you can hang on your stove. And I got to get Valentine's one. I got Christmas. I got fall. I want to get Halloween ones. That Dollar Tree has a lot of stuff in there. Some of it's garbage, but some of it's good. You pay what you get, is what I say. You pay for what you get. Now you pay $0.25 more for it. Yeah, I want to check out his live too. I'm probably going to eat and watch him live. But we're almost done here, so... Get my water cup. Sonny got me hooked on these water cups. The hydro jugs. I love them. They are way better than the Miyoki cups I had. The Miyoki cups I had metal straws. I've jabbed my elbow on it, door dashing, and that did not feel good. So I was like, oh my god, and it left like this little straw ring in my arm. And I'm like, if it could do that to my arm, I can imagine what it would do to my throat if I had to stop all of a sudden. So I don't use them anymore. Aw, thank you, Charles. I appreciate you. It's my pleasure to show people what I do in my kitchen because I'm always talking about my lovely food. Now you guys get to see me make my lovely food.
There was a mass murder in there, but they took the body? How's that possible? There's one elevator, emergency stairs with alarms. Someone would have seen corpses coming out. Fucking no.
You'll notice I got cookie jars throughout my kitchen that say Little Debbie on them. See if I can see. You see Little Debbie snack cake jars. And then I got one on my stand that I use for my utensils. I want to find some more of that kind of decor too. When we get the house, I can do that. I'm kind of like, gotta stop adding to my pile because it'll be hard when we go to move. So my husband's like, oh, we gotta start packing. I said, who is we? You can start packing. I work all day. I gotta also get boxes. Our Office Depot is closing here and they got a sale. So I need to go to that Office Depot and see if they got boxes for moving. Otherwise, our local grocery store will save boxes for you if you ask them. We're almost there. I just don't got a lot of room, so everything is out in the open or it's shoved in spots. I have little to no cabinet space in this kitchen. There is hardly any cabinets. When I got this island, it was a blessing for me because I was able to store some stuff in it. But my island also broke. I gotta see if my brother can fix the cabinet door on it. The wood screws stripped from the door itself to hold the hinge on the door. So I gotta see if my brother can fix that for me. My brother's good at doing stuff like that. Well, the lasagna's done. I'm waiting on the breadsticks. Mr. I'm hungry back here. Smells good though.
I didn't really have anything to eat.
I haven't either. We have French fries.
Yeah.
We split a large fry from Culver's today. That's what we had to eat today. How long on the breadsticks? Yeah.
I don't know. I thought you were asking.
Probably a good another 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, make sure
They gotta brown, and when they start to brown and even brown on the bottom, then they're done. They don't brown per se on the top unless you like coat them with an egg wash or something, but I don't do that. Charles said hi, Steven. Steven. Steven.
What?
Charles said hi. He said hi. As soon as he found out there was another 7 minutes or so, he went and sat down. But it'll be good. And I probably won't be able to eat much because we haven't eaten much today. I eat like a bird. But I still gain, I haven't gained any weight and I haven't lost any weight. My medicine that they put me on recently, when they switched me off of my other one, helps me maintain weight. And I need something that's going to help me lose weight. Alright, they're starting. Oh. We're gonna go just a few more minutes. It does. It smells phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. I wish you guys could smell it.
Where? You got one right there, I think.
Because I want to kind of dig in with a fork while the breadsticks are cooking. I'm going to get my Parmesan cheese. They had Parmesan Romano. I wanted to try just Romano cheese, but they don't do grated just Romano. They only do Parmesan here. I'm sure it's all the same thing, but then why label it two different things on the container? I'm leaning on the counter. My back's starting to feel it now. These boots I wear all day cut into my ankles. They're good boots. They keep my feet warm and keep my feet dry, but they come up like mid-calf, and where the rubber part on the boot meets with the cloth part of the boot, it kind of cuts my leg or my ankle area. I hear your bird. Oh, do you? I tone him out now. I don't hear him like everybody else hears them. I think I'm gonna pull them out. I think they'll be good. I'm gonna turn my oven off.
Oh, it's 6 out of 9.
I'm gonna add the Parmesan to my butter mixture. Kind of mix it in. And then just coat my breadsticks generously. And as it sits a little bit too, the breadsticks tend to get a little bit softer with the butter on it, on the outside. Yeah, I'm kind of up high, but I don't have a lot of room with that pot up here. I'll show you them after I get them basted here.
Were you honored? Not only was I honored, they got the little sip of the water correctly, they got the hairdo. It was the little details are perfect. And look, it's a great
superficial too, right?
That is a word.
Oh, 10, so that's a 4. Good job, dude. Okay. Lincoln, fuck out of here.
I got some on the wall. I'll be cleaning that wall later. Alright, she's all good. Now I'll show you guys a picture. And I'm not going to hold you off around while I cut into and eat and stuff tonight. But there's the breadsticks. Up close, zoom in. And the lasagna. So that was supper. I'm going to hop off here so we can eat dinner. And I'm going to relax. And I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I'll put up a notification if I go live. I got to see how I feel. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. And take care. Bye, everybody.